Welcome to another VeChain update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our Discord server where we post multiple updates a day. And I really hope you enjoy this VeChain video. So VeChain is currently going up. As you can see, it reacted to the 0.618 extension, well actually to the 0.786 extension of the 1-2 setup that we had on the chart, and we'll see if we get a third wave or not. The minimum target for the third wave is the 200% extension of the 1-2 setup, and that is at about 8 cents right now, so we'll see if we get there. That's the next target. Now keep in mind, VeChain is still in a downtrend right now, and I could put a trend line on the chart, but I'm not gonna do that. I don't think I need to do that right now. And yeah, I'm still expecting another high. Now keep in mind, we could get another low, which would not be bearish because that would put us below the 0.618 extension. So what we need to hope for right now is that VeChain just starts going up, and yeah, we need to hope that we do not get another low because that would not be good. That would put us at the bull market support band, and the chances of us invalidating the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup that we have on the chart will already increase. And keep in mind, to invalidate this whole setup, we have to get below this low right here, well actually this high right here, which is at about 3 cents. Once we get above that, yeah, I will most likely turn bearish because that would invalidate the setup. So yeah, I'm not gonna like if that happens. Now of course, I don't think it will happen because I'm expecting the altcoin market to start going up in January, but who knows? Now, why am I expecting the altcoin market to go up? Well, for this, I want to look at the Ethereum monthly returns chart, and let me put that on the screen right now. So this is the Ethereum monthly returns chart. I want you to look at what happened every single year in January. So 2017 was a post-halving year, and in January, Ethereum went up about 32%. And if you look at what happened in the month before that, which was December of 2016, and also which was a halving year, Ethereum actually closed a red wick, just like it's doing right now. Well, just like it did in December actually. So these things are actually looking very similar, and we'll see if Ethereum goes up like 30% this month. Now, if we continue, I mean in 2018, it also went up like 52%. Then 2019 was a bear market. Then in the next halving year, which was 2020, it went up another 40%. And then in the post-halving year, it went up another 78%. So as you can see, Ethereum always goes up in the post-halving year in January. And yeah, right now it's a post-halving year and we are in January. And it just happens that Bitcoin dominance is expected to start going down. So it would only make sense for Ethereum to go up this month. And honestly, I would not be shocked if I saw Ethereum at about $4,500 by the end of the month. Now, if that does not happen, then things are obviously changing. I mean, Bitcoin, for example, closed a red wick in December, which was not expected to happen. I mean, I was expecting Bitcoin to be at least $120,000 by the end of the year. I was even predicting 130K just based on what happened in the previous halving years. For example, in 2020, after already going up 43% in November, Bitcoin went up another 47% in December, and in 2016 as well, after going up in November, Bitcoin went up another 30% in December. But this cycle was actually different. In November, yes, we did go up, but we did not go up again in December, which was surprising, and yeah, this took me by surprise. Now, I was still right. At the end of the day, Bitcoin did get to 100K by the end of the year, but I'm not really too happy about that prediction because, you know, we still did not really go up in December, which is a bit concerning, and it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens with that. It's definitely going to be interesting if Bitcoin keeps following the 4-year cycle or not, but I don't think it's not going to follow it. I think it will keep following it. And yeah, it just wanted to do something different, I guess. Now, speaking of VeChain, I want to give you another price prediction in case you did not watch my previous videos. So right now we are in a 1-2 setup, and what is this 1-2 setup for? Well, for this I need to go on the weekly chart, I guess. So if you go on the weekly, in the previous cycle, VeChain formed a 1, 2, 3 setup, which formed a first wave move to the upside. Then the bear market was an ABC structure, which formed a second wave move. And right now we are working on a third wave move to the upside, which will most likely take about 5 cycles. In that third wave, we will need 5 waves up, and of these 5 waves, we don't have any of these waves yet. We are working on the first wave of the third wave up there, and this first wave will need 5 waves, so that's what we will work on in this cycle. we already have a 1-2 setup of these 5 waves, which means that a third wave should happen very soon. I mean, the third wave has already started, as you can see, but it's not completed yet. We only have 4 waves of the first wave to move to the upside, and I'm still expecting another high very soon, which could put us somewhere between, let's say, 9 cents and 10 cents, and that will complete a first wave of the third wave move. Then we will need a second wave move down, and then we will need a third wave of the third wave, which will be the most impulsive move of the cycle. Now, my minimum target for the main third wave of this big 1-2 setup is at about 23 cents. And it should be easy to get there in the altcoin season, in my opinion, especially if Bitcoin dominance drops to about 40% in a matter of a few months. And of course, I'm not expecting that to be the top, although it could be the top. It all depends on what VeChain wants to do. I mean, in the previous cycle, it did not form 5 waves up, which was not really bullish. It only formed a 1-3 setup, like I said. We never really put in another cycle high in November, so maybe we'll do the exact same thing again. Maybe we get to like 34 cents, which is the 2.272 extension of the 1-2 setup, and maybe that's it. Maybe we get a fourth wave, and then the fifth wave never manages to get above the third wave high. Of course, that's just speculation. I don't know if that will happen or not. The third wave could get to like the 2618, and then we could get a fourth wave move, and then the fifth wave could put us at like $1. I mean, that could also happen. Do I think that's going to happen? Well, I don't know. I don't want to speculate on this. I'm just giving you the data, and you can do whatever you want with it. Now, keep in mind, on the daily RSI, VeChain is actually holding a trend line. As you can see, we keep putting in higher lows, which is very good, because we could start bouncing right now, and if we do that, then VeChain will be able to get to new highs again very soon. Now, if you go on the weekly RSI is no longer overbought, which is also good, and as you can see, we actually used the moving average on the weekly RSI to bounce, and yeah, we are bouncing off of it right now. We did that multiple times throughout the previous cycle, so this should not surprise you. The move that we got right here actually looks similar to the move that we had right here, so yeah, we'll see if we start bouncing right now, and I'm expecting VeChain to get to the overbought territory extremely quickly, especially if we get to the target zone right here between 23 cents and 55 cents. Also, will VeChain be able to break its all-time high in this cycle? Well, this is just my opinion, this is not financial advice, but I think it's very possible that it does happen. I mean, from where we're at right now, that's only 4x, I guess. Well, no, that's a 5x or 6x. Do I think that's possible? Well, I think it is, especially if Bitcoin dominance drops to like 40%, like I said. But keep in mind, Bitcoin dominance could continue to go sideways for another week, just so we can copy what it did in 2020 and in 2016. So for those who did not watch my previous videos, Bitcoin dominance had a cross on the bull market support band about 41 days ago, and we have to wait 48 days for something to happen, because in the previous 2 cycles, for example in 2020, we had a cross on the bull market support band as well, and we actually had to wait about 48 days for something to happen, and 48 days later, after the cross, Bitcoin dominance started going down, and we did the exact same thing in 2016 as well. We had a cross on the bull market support band right here. We went up during that time, we stayed in the bull market support band for multiple days, and then we got rejected, and that was it. Exactly 48 days later after the cross, just like in the 2020 cycle, and just like in this cycle as well. So as you can see, we are already starting to go down. We are no longer above the bull market support band, so I think it's only a matter of time until we break down, and yeah, this should be good for the altcoins. And like I said, this would only make sense to happen because Ethereum is also expected to start going up very soon. So yeah, I think January and February and March and April and May will be very good months for the altcoins. Now I also want to look at the monthly RSI on the VeChain chart. As you can see, the RSI is not even overbought, even though the price is at like 5 cents, and this is actually very good because if you compare this move that we're getting right now to the move that we had in the previous cycle, if you look exactly where we were 4 years ago, VeChain was somewhere between 3.5 cents and 2.5 cents. And during that time, the RSI was almost overbought. Right now, we're at about 5 cents and we are nowhere near close to being overbought. So, in my opinion, this shows us that breaking the previous all-time high is very possible, and it could happen in the next couple of months. I would not be shocked if the third wave right here topped by May of 2025, and honestly I would not be shocked if VeChain was at all-time highs by the end of February of this year. I know that sounds insane, but look at what happened in the previous cycle right here. VeChain was going crazy. It went from about 1.8 cents at the beginning of January all the way to like 6.5 cents by the end of February, so yeah, it went up like 3x during that time, actually 4x or so. So yeah, there is potential for VeChain to go up a lot in the next couple of months. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our Discord server where we post multiple updates a day. And yeah, like, subscribe, I will see you in the next one.